That's weird. That's weird. Kind of weirding me out.
You are a sad, strange little man.
Crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy.
Isn't that weird?
That's weird, man.
It's strange.
What's up, campers? Welcome back to another episode of Camp Strange, episode 166. I'm your camp counselor, Alex Tobin.
And I'm your other camp counselor, Philip Phillipson.
And we're back to bring the spooky, wacky, weird, strange, and bulldozer?
Whoa.
Pretty cool.
That's cool.
But before we get into our longer stories, and before we get into our news stories, we got to give a little Christmas shout out. It is the holiday season, and the holidays are about giving. And we'd like to give a shout out to one of our biggest and youngest fans, Cash.
Yes, we hope that's your name. We got a request for a birthday shout out without the name attached, and we were creepy, and we went on Instagram and we looked around until we found it. And we believe that this young man's name is Cash, and if we're wrong, then
we'll do another shout out next episode.
yeah.
But if your name's Cash, then you got a shout out. But we think it's the right Cash. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Birthday,
Happy holidays. What's up?
Whatever it is,
we love you.
It's your birthday now, buddy.
And yeah, so we just wanted to do that as a little, Christmas miracle.
We don't require much for requests. The fact that anybody sends us any messages is exciting enough for us, so we usually don't turn things down.
And and since he is a young chap, we try to keep, at least for this episode, I mean, we'll try as best we can to keep the vulgarity down to a minimum.
No D's, no P's, no nothing.
No F's, no L's, no Z's. Definitely no
Definitely
Z's.
no. God, no
Z's.
Or X's. Oh, my God. Oh, my gosh.
But my story's not even that graphic. It's actually kind of a fun one.
Mine's not graphic at all.
That means it's graphic. But like I said, now we got to get into some weird news, because that's what you're here for. You're here for some weirdness, baby, and we're back to bring it. Oh, sorry, we took a week off, huh?
We took 2 weeks off, I think.
Yeah, we had to deal with some scheduling conflicts and a little slight emergencies we had to deal with. A
little emergency on my end, a little late night shifts for you. It's
working till 2 a.m. and David was up till 2 a.m. It's just...
I was up until 4 a.m. Hey, just a little PSA. Always double check the medicine you give your dogs.
Yeah. Apparently, you're not supposed to wrap it in chocolate. I'm joking. He didn't do that.
It's the only way he'll eat the damn pills.
I shove all my dog's medicine inside of a Lindor truffle. He's a classy chocolate dog.
Yeah, but typically, double check your dog's flea medicine, because apparently all of the big name brands are not that good for your dog. So check it out.
That's why David is now home growing his flea medication, and by that I mean he picks it off his back like a little chimpanzee mom, and he eats them.
I make the dog sit on my lap and I pick them clean.
But speaking of mites and parasites, we got some weird news. And I wasn't going to bring you up, David. No, you're not the mite or parasite I'm talking about.
Oh, I didn't tell you my plan for today on the news.
No, you didn't.
Since we've taken 2 weeks off, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 8 news stories, but I'm only going to do the headlines.
Oh, okay, because I have like 2 shorter ones, but I'm...
Okay, because I feel like you just really need the headline. You don't really need much more to it, and I thought it'd be more fun to rapid fire some that we've missed.
I'm here for it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
As the first one is, dad infected with parasites after wreaking revenge on... What? Is this yours?
Wreaking or seeking?
It says wreaking.
Okay.
Wreaking revenge on Crab for pinching his daughter? So this guy was like,
he didn't boil the crab; he just ate it, didn't he? So
2 months after. Okay, so what happened was they were at this little river, and they're in China. I think they're in China. Yeah, Eastern China.
There's crabs everywhere.
You're goddamn right, but the Eastern China ones are the meanest, I tell you.
Okay.
But he was in eastern China, and he was with his daughter. I think they were playing in a river. This little crab went and pinched his daughter on the hand. Ow, Dad.
bastard.
This 39-year-old man, Lu from Zhengshan, he took the crab and he shoved it in his mouth live, and he chewed it up, and he swallowed it and ate it. And
Gotta boil them, man. Those are literally bugs that live in water.
I mean, they're bugs with the bugs on them. Like they're notoriously like the grossest. Like one of the most. I can't think of anything that has like little like more things growing on it, right?
Oh, it's disgusting.
Yeah, they're gross. But I guess 2 months after, his stomach was hurting pretty bad, and he went to the hospital. Oh, his back. I think he said his back, which is like more horrifying than your stomach.
That's where the parasites go, the spinal cord. They
Oh
want to drink
my
that
God!
fluid.
This is supposed to be for kids. I'm more terrified than ever right now. That is the nightmare central.
Don't eat the bugs unless they're ants.
Or
I've eaten many ants.
Don't eat uncooked pork too. I saw a picture of a guy who like ate uncooked pork for like 25 years, and his like X-ray scan, he just looked like an Oogie
Like a
Boogie.
lightning strike.
He looked like Oogie. He looked like Oogie Boogie from Nightmare Before Christmas. You just like a bug sack. Like it was just the grossest thing. They're all the. I don't even want to talk about it. Anyway,
Crawling with them.
So he went there, and the guy's like, "Did you do anything weird in like the past 2 months?" He's like, "I ate a live crab," and he's like, "Why did you do that?" And he's like, "Revenge for my daughter." And
The doctor's like, okay, I get it.
he's like, "Oh yeah, very noble, sir. Well, you have 3 different types of parasites in you, but they got him on
3.
medication. He's gonna be fine." I just thought it was a pretty heroic story.
You know that costs probably so much money.
Well, why didn't he stomp it? It's I don't know.
I would have done. No, I wouldn't have stomped. I would have done a slow crunch.
Actually, don't even stomp them. It's a crab. It's in its nature. It's like you put your finger on the crab. It's like I teach my daughter, you shouldn't have done that. Not like we're gonna kill this crab. I'm gonna bite its head off.
No. Oh, it's defending itself because a much bigger animal with hands got too close.
So you're not a crab centric person.
No, I'm actually quite the opposite. I had a pet crab in college, and I refused to eat crab.
Well, I also think it's kind of weird that like we talked about how so many things grow on crabs, but we didn't talk about how you are kind of the outlier, as so many crabs grow on you.
It's true.
Boom, roasted.
They keep writing articles about how crabs are going extinct, and I am the 0.0001% keeping these little guys alive.
I'm an ecosystem in itself. It's
I'm
great.
a walking, moving ecosystem.
They're gonna find out that there's life on me once they launch my body out into the solar system. That's what they're gonna do with me. That's what they did with Hunter S. Thompson.
They're gonna hear all the screams.
Okay, go to your story next.
All right, you said I'll do 4, I guess, and then you do 1. I'll do 4.
Sure, go for it. Or what you could do is bounce it back to me, and then I could just take a little sit back and let you just boom, boom, boom.
You know
boom.
what? You know what? Knock out yours in
Okay.
case there's a chance that one of mine is yours.
Good call. Okay, my next one right here is KFC customer shoots worker in drive-thru after they run out of corn, Missouri cop says. Which is, I think, the most upsetting thing. It's kind of a boilerplate story, you know. They're out of corn.
KFC's corn good?
Dude, that's what I was gonna say. Corn is the worst thing on the menu.
I get mashed potatoes.
Yeah, of course. A biscuit, yeah, sure. It may be a little dry, but you get a little soda with it. You know, you're fine. But
I'm saying if I'm getting a Famous Bowl and they're like, "Oh, we're out of corn," I'm probably gonna be like, "You know what? Good."
Yeah.
That's the one healthy part. I don't want that.
So I can't remember from like my experiences if I associate the corn from KFC with the same corn that came in the kid cuisine.
Oh,
Like the corn water that would like get on the brownie.
I don't think there's any worse corn than that. I think that's the baseline of the worst existing corn.
I think Corn Kid would shoot you if you gave him that corn.
Oh my God, have you heard that song?
What?
It's so funny. Have you heard that corn song?
I keep telling people that Corn Kid was shot in the streets in
Memphis. Yeah, he got shot and killed in Memphis.
Yeah,
Crazy.
yeah, bad corn deal. It's bad. But no, it's it's just kind of crazy.
We can't make a kid friendly episode as hard as we try.
It's fine. No, he knows who Corn Kid is. It's Cone, a big lump of knobs that has
So
the
funny.
juice. But
Can't believe you've heard that. I thought I was like the only one that knew about that.
I thought I was the only one that knew about it. Oh, cool. Yeah, have you heard the other one? Oh my God, I think I'm the first one. Chrissy, wake up. I don't like this.
That sounds familiar. Is that from like? I don't remember it being a song though.
No.
It's from Fortnite.
Fortnite Battle Pass. But to be completely honest, this guy kind of brought it himself. They got into an argument over the corn, and the 25-year-old employee went outside, and I think he already knew the guy had a gun, and he got shot in the stomach. But he is in stable condition as well, so everyone's okay. Corn lives another day to start another fight.
Did they get more corn?
No. He got blood all over the biscuits. Biscuits are out too now.
No.
No good. So, yeah, that's the Corn Saga.
All right, here comes my rapid fire.
Let's do it.
After arrest of 7 cops, LAPD reminds its own officers not to drink and drive.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I have to say that I think I read that somewhere because obviously I'm in LA.
You live there, yeah.
And there's a bar I wanted to go to, and they're like, "Oh, that's like a big cop bar." And I was like, "Oh, really?" And they're like, "Yeah, it's like notoriously known that like cops get drunk there, and then like another cop will pull them over and be like, "Oh, you're like we'll like send you home." Like they give them like free passes.
Is the bar called the Swiggin' Pig?
No, it's called Shortstop.
That's a funny bar name.
I didn't get that. Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's funny.
Yeah, it's good.
But wait, so they all 7 of them got busted?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good that they're actually being held accountable. You know, you can't be doing that stuff, especially around the holidays. People don't drink and drive. It's no good.
Ever.
Ubers are expensive, but guess what? Your life is priceless. I should write a commercial.
Hallmark.
That's
baby.
great. I should do that. Buy it.
Bye.
Buy it from me. Bye. Why buy? That's so morbid. Don't say that.
No, I want people to buy it twice.
Okay, good. Okay, cool.
For the first time ever, no British fans were arrested at the World Cup. That probably has to do with the no drinking in the stadium, unless apparently you're Elon Musk.
Saw that too.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, I got a big glass of vino right here, but
I got like 32 ounces of whiskey right here. Well, whiskey
man. But I also didn't fly to Qatar and break all the rules, you know? I mean, I just think they should have let them have alcohol because, like, if I go
still no rainbows, though. No rainbows on the clothing. Alcohol's fine.
This is... You're so stupid. Wait, what?
You would not be let into the stadium if you had a shirt that had a rainbow on it.
No, I know
anything like gay pride.
But what you said, what it sounded like is like you're like, yeah, like bring alcohol back to the stadium, but keep the rainbow shirts. Yeah, that's still banned. I was like, David, you can't say that. What the fuck? That's like
it was sarcasm.
That's what I thought, but you didn't laugh after.
I don't always laugh.
I'm peeking over here. One sec. Let me turn this down a tinge.
That'll be good for the sound. Next story. We're going back to the police on this one. Man poses as attractive blonde woman convinces police to hand over patrol car.
Wait, what? Wait, what? You can't just read that title.
Man poses as attractive blonde woman convinces police to hand over patrol car.
I want to know more. Was he wearing like? I wish
that's all you're gonna get.
It's what county?
This would be the county of New Zealand.
Oh, they're very trusting people. I get that actually.
Yeah.
You know,
this is a really, really long article.
They're like, "We're rats." What am I doing? I just did a Beatles impression. Okay, I gotta do like a New Zealand. Hey, can I have your cop car? Thank you. That's like kind of New Zealand.
I'd pass it.
Taika Waititi.
Yeah, sure.
Taika.
Is he South African or New Zealand?
South.
New Zealander? Is he New Zealander?
Yeah. I think he's buddies with all of the Fly the Conchords guys and stuff like that.
For some reason, I thought he was.
You
South
seen
African.
Hunt for the Wilder People? Great movie.
No.
Oh, really? You should watch it. It's like one
Not
of
going
Taika's
to.
second movies. Great. Very New
Okay.
Zealand. Takes place there.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful country. Lots of cops in that movie. You should check it out.
Okay.
Love cops.
Next one. Oxford Word of the Year 2022 revealed as
Muggle. Yeet.
Goblin Mode.
It is not Goblin Mode. Are you serious?
The Oxford Word of the Year for 2022 is revealed as Goblin Mode, which is actually 2 words. Goblin Mode, a type of behavior which is unapologetical, self-indulgent, lazy, slovenly, or greedy, typically in a way that rejects social norms or expectations.
Okay, I thought Goblin Mode just meant you crawled on your hands and feet and like
No.
stole treasure.
No.
No? Loincloth?
You might be thinking of Gremlin Mode.
Oh yeah, of course. What did I say?
Easy mix-up. Goblin, Gremlin, it's easy to mix up.
So it just means I get the like not following social norms. I'm all for that, but like it means you're greedy and lazy?
Yeah.
I've been telling
And
people I've
you're-
been going Goblin Mode every day.
Yeah.
Maybe
Checks
I
out.
am. Fuck. Oh,
Everybody deserves everybody deserves a little bit of Goblin Mode time. I think every Sunday I definitely go on Goblin Mode on Sunday when my wife is frantically cleaning the house and I'm watching Red Zone, baby. Got to watch the games. Got to see the guy throw the pigskin.
Okay, but like I'm also curious. I feel like it's too wide of a definition. You could either be lazy or greedy. I feel like sure I suffer from one of the 7 sins right there. I definitely lazy sometimes, but like greedy, I feel like I'm a pretty non-goblin-esque sometimes. You know, especially on the Lord's Day, Sunday. You know,
The more I think about it, I think
Share
I'm
my
kind of on.
nachos.
I think I'm on Goblin Mode 9 out of 10 times.
24/7.
20 hours.
27.
27. When I'm sleeping, oh, I'm so considerate.
You take all the coverage, you
active.
old goblin.
I'm hanging off the bed. I got 2 dogs and a wife pushing me out of bed.
You're hanging off the bed. I'm hanging off the ceiling fan, baby.
Whoa.
I'm going
Spinning.
while you guys are sleeping, going Goblin Mode. I'm awake and doing Gremlin Mode. I'm like,
Eating everything.
I'm drinking all the hot sauce in your fridge.
Good luck. There's a lot.
I'm bathing myself in soy sauce. I'm more of a sauce gremlin.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Sauce is good, man.
It's great. Yeah.
I honestly, I think if I woke up tomorrow and all the sauce in the world was gone, I think it would significantly impact my life. I think it would be very hard for me to continue.
Are like every condiment, like would you consider ketchup and mustard sauces?
Yeah.
Because you could dip in them, huh? Anything you
As
can
long
dip in.
as long as you can dip.
Dip it in what?
As long as you can dip.
Dip it in what?
Dip it in.
Kid-friendly podcast.
Kid friendly podcast.
He knows it. Dip in shit.
Unable to steal pet dog, 3 men kidnap man's brother and demand dog as a ransom.
The dog.
This is such a thing going on. People fucking stealing dogs.
That dog too
It's insane.
squirrely. That dog too squirrely. Grab the brother. Grab the brother. He's in a wheelchair.
So I keep my dogs rabid so nobody wants them.
It's you know what's crazy? I saw a video on Reddit of a dog running down the freeway and or
Nobody tried to steal it.
No, no. What I was gonna say. Here's another one that most people have seen. You know when like a cat gets on the field during a baseball game. Do you know how
Love
many
it.
people it takes to catch that cat? I would not
it's
be.
insane.
It's so much easier to catch a human than an animal. Well, it depends on the animal, but cats and dogs, they're tough.
If an animal is in a place it's not supposed to be, it's going to be very hard to catch.
What a weird thing to say.
I was reading something. I think it was the Steelers stadium. Could be wrong, but I believe it was where the Steelers play. That there were like 3 foxes just running around in the stadium on the weekend, and they were like, "Oh, what do we do?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, foxes I feel like are notoriously hard to catch, right?
They're so sly.
They're slick and sly and fit and fly.
Um,
Well, good. Okay. Well, did they get the brother back? Oh, you didn't read it. You didn't read the article. What am I
That's the
talking
rule.
about? What am I talking about?
Rules are rules.
You got another story? How many more do you have?
3.
Okay.
In quotes, a dud. European Union's $500,000 metaverse party attracts. You know what? Blank guess. How many guests do you think showed up? They spent $500,000 on a metaverse party. How many people do you think showed up?
Is this in Silicon Valley?
It says European Unions.
Oh. Ooh, what? Okay. 45.
45? 6. It was 6.
Oh no.
More days in a week.
Oh no. Do you think they had good swag there and everybody went home with like 40 fleece vests?
A new cap.
Yeah. What are those things called? A pop, 800 pop sockets.
No, I think you're confused. This was on the metaverse. It was not a physical party.
People
Viruses. People. They got a cool Dragon Ball Z skin.
That's you.
It's not me. I've never watched that show. Fuck you.
You play Fortnite and you buy all the skins.
I buy all of them every time. I log in every day. I don't even play it anymore. I just collect.
I just do the
can't
gritty. I just do the gritty and the corn skin, baby. Do the gritty and the corn skin. That's all I want for Christmas.
All right, next one. Here we go. Thousands of viewers watch World Cup 2022 in Qatar on illegal streams, but in reality, it's pixelated FIFA 23 games.
I saw that. Okay, so are people streaming them as like a joke, as like people
Yeah.
just like playing the video game and then being like, oh, this is the match, and they made it kind of fuzzy, and now people are like watching it, and
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what happens. People were streaming themselves playing the FIFA video game of soccer and having the two correct teams play, and they lowered the resolution so people couldn't tell it was a video game.
I like the opposite of that, where people go on Twitch and then they pretend like they're playing a video game, but it's actually a live stream of a basketball game.
Yeah, it's great.
That's so funny. But I didn't watch any of the World Cup. I kind of feel bad.
I didn't either. I don't give a shit. I'm American. Soccer.
They're like, oh, American got kicked out. I'm like, I don't even care if they won. Like,
I mean, America won.
no, we didn't.
Prove it.
We just told all the Americans that we won, and since no one watched it, Argentina's been going nuts. Here in America, we've been going crazier. We're just like such strong pride, and the soccer team, they're not showing up to the events. I don't know why. No.
Yeah.
They're upset, and we're just cheering for them because we're so proud of the boys. They can't believe they won the World Cup, and they got to hold that horrible looking Budweiser trophy next to the cool FIFA World Cup trophy. That Budweiser trophy is horrible, right? That red one.
Oh yeah.
It's like, what is that? Like,
yeah. No, my ongoing joke this week, because I have a terrible sense of humor in person, where I like to tell jokes that aren't funny, except for just me. Like, I get a kick out of it. And so I've been really enjoying asking people if Messi's so good, why isn't he playing in America? And people get really mad about it. They try to explain to me. I'm like, but no, what? EuroLeague is not better than MLS. It's in America.
David likes to go on like posts on Instagram and just type stuff that is like, what's it called? Like, you're trolling.
Offensive?
You're like trolling. No, you're trolling the people. Where it's like, what'd you do about the one about the Bible or something? You like send it to us. Where some guy's like,
they posted a realistic picture of Jesus, and it was obviously a Middle Eastern guy. And I left comments saying, "This is false. My Jesus is white." And people got really mad. And my defense was, "Well, then why are all the photos in my house of Jesus white?"
There's some people that
I had to delete my comment because it got like 30 replies of people very mad at me.
Well, it's so funny because there's always that one guy who goes, "You guys, I think he's like messing with us, or I think he's messing with everybody." Nobody did that this time.
No one saw it.
It's
And I think
so
the problem
funny.
the problem is that I would typically use my fake Instagram and do that type of stuff, but I was using my real one, which made it seem like a real person was actually making this comment.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I felt like if I used my secret Instagram account that's only for a select few people, they clicked on it and looked at it, they'd be like, "Oh, this guy's just fucking with people." But the fact that it was like my Instagram of like my dogs, my wedding.
That's so good. I'm pro like, because you see those people and you're like, oh my god, this person's so stupid, and I go, am I being trolled right now? So I always have to take a step back and like really look. You can kind of tell there's a little stank on those comments on the.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
it's so good. It's so you can tell.
All right, I got one more.
Okay.
Posing like American farmers is the latest trend among Chinese influencers.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
I want to click on this one.
What is that?
So we have some photos.
I'm picturing them doing like the American Gothic family. You know, like that famous painting, American Gothic.
Of course.
The guy with the pitchfork and his wife standing next to him, and
we've got a Chinese girl with the denim mom jeans, a denim vest, sitting on a stack of hay around pumpkins with a little cowboy hat on. We've got a Chinese man and all denim. This one's a little more cropped. He appears to be wearing a sheriff's hat, and there's a horse behind him.
Oh, I love that. I don't think they know what farmers do. They're more doing like cowboys or like Animal Crossing characters who collect pumpkins.
This all looks like real life Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
We have two Chinese girls not wearing much, leaning against like a wooden fence with like crops behind it. Another girl with like gourds and pumpkins. Here's just photos of some Chinese people outside of Costco.
That's sick. That's actually, I approve of that.
Yeah, that's very good.
You know,
this one's good. This is a handsome man.
You know how some people go like, that's appropriating my culture, like that the farmer and the cowboy. No, standing in front of a Costco is appropriating my culture. Don't stand in front of a Costco. That's my territory.
I hate Costco.
Of course.
I love it, but
it's
I hate
a love
going there.
hate. Of course,
Yes.
It depends on the day and how many people and whether they abandon their. I used to work there, dude.
Just because Sundays and Saturdays are the worst does not mean that Monday, Tuesday does not mean the regular week is good. It's always bad.
Yeah,
there's no good day at Costco.
True, but they're all good days. Anyway, sorry. What?
Maybe Super Bowl Sunday.
No,
Definitely not World Cup Wednesday or where the fuck it was.
Fat dudes running in looking for chips and beer. No brats, sausages, baby. You know, Packer fans.
Yeah, go Pack, go baby.
Is that it?
That would be it.
Okay. Well, I guess we could get into our stories finally.
What's your computer battery at?
I'm going to check it right now. I definitely need to drive back to work and get my charger.
Right now?
I think so.
All right, let's pause here.
All right. Okay, I got my charger. I drove back to work and I got my charger. So I guess we can finally get into these stories now. You ready, David?
I am so ready.
Okay. Now, David, do you ever find yourself angry or frustrated, whether that be in traffic, at the bank, at your place of work, or while trying to get your puppy to behave?
Oh, man, there's so many jars I've had to break open because I just couldn't get the lid off. I have a bucket in the garage, and I'd smash it. I've got these several different sizes of like funnels and stuff, and so I get the glass out of my jam, my pickles, whatever it may be.
I was gonna say, oh, dude, you know what's weird? That's the two things I literally thought of, and I was gonna make a joke. I was like, David has a jam and pickle juice jar, a jam and pickle juice bucket in his garage that he sifts through the glass. and he eats it like sunflower seeds, where he just takes scoops of jam. And
Oh
pickle
no,
juice,
I've got.
And then he spits out the shards of glass.
No, I've got all the different sizes of, like what colanders, the things you put your spaghettis in.
Jesus Christ, man! Colanders?
Yeah,
You call them strainers too.
yeah. I got all types of thicknesses and gauges of strainers. I'm straining my back carrying these things all the time. I never leave house without them. I like to savor champagne a lot in public, and you got to get the strainers so you don't get the glass in the champagne.
So, to answer my question, you do get angry and frustrated with certain things in your life, correct?
Only the jars. It's only the jars. Once you get me going on the jars, I get a little angry. Everything else is water under the fridge.
I call it an ice cube kicked under the fridge. But
You try that with a house full of dogs, and they're going to get you. They're going to bite your toe off.
They're
going to nip you right up. You're going to be totally, I guarantee it. Don't be kicking the ice now. The dogs are going to lob a toe off.
They do love to chase the ice around the house. That is a true statement. But this story's not about ice cubes today. No. Because what if I told you that you don't have to be angry? You could be even.
I get even with the jars. Let's not get that confused now. I don't go out there with I got one of them bats you beat the fish over the head with, and I just bash it over and over.
Ladies and gentlemen, he think he win in the jar war. We all know the jars are winning this,
I am invincible to the jars.
So I was gonna say that's right. With only
let's get back into it.
Yeah, I got to. It's hard to get out of that southern accent and get back into the story.
It's got that drawl.
But you could get even. That's right. With only that small payment of a large unknown amount of money and nearly 2 years of your life, you could build your very own tank out of a bulldozer.
Oh, not like a fish tank. That would be cool though.
No. David, I feel like every sentence you're like, I have a weird side idea for this. Let me delve in. I'm gonna make a fish tank out of a bulldozer.
I usually take a real gamble when I hear some words, and I'm almost always wrong on which type of tank you're talking about.
But yes, I mean a military grade tank,
okay.
And I'm not talking fish in it.
That reminds me of a joke. You want to hear a joke?
Sure.
There's two fish in a tank. One looks at the other one and says, "Any idea how to drive this thing?"
And the other one goes, fish!
The Nazis are coming! Get the rounds in!
But one goes, talking muffin!
Yeah, that's my wife's favorite joke.
Yeah, I know. That's
two muffins in an oven, and
that's every
one
wife's
looks at
favorite
one
joke.
and says, "Man, it's getting hot in here." And the other one looks at it and screams at, talking muffin. She loves it.
And the other one goes, "I have diabetes." Okay. So, well, you may say, Alex, that's a bit much, to build a tank out of a bulldozer. But I would then tell you that it was not a bit too much.
Did we not do this story?
No. For a man named Marvin Heemeyer, as he would do just that to get revenge on the people in the town of Granby, Colorado.
I kind of always assumed his name was like more Russian. Like Alexei.
No. He's an American, red-blooded American, eating steak and drinking shitty Budweiser. Not the Bud Light. He wants all the calories, bitch. So
Bud heavy.
Bud heavy. So, but like I said, to get revenge on the people in the town of Granby, Colorado, who he felt had slighted him. As today, I will tell you the details of the strange story of Killdozer. So, David, you are aware of Killdozer?
I am, but I will say it's something I have looked up, and I watched like a movie about it, which I'm sure not everything was completely accurate.
It's going to be more accurate than this story, probably. It's a movie. They don't just skimp on accuracy.
Yeah, but they might have added a few things. I am familiar with it, but it's also probably been 5 years since I familiarized myself with it. So I'm sure, I've said it once, I've said it twice, I think, but I got the memory of a goldfish, so I don't really remember it.
In a tank.
I honestly don't remember the last story I did.
That tracks. But I was gonna say, yeah, it's kind of like become like a meme in its own way, where people are like, they'll just like cut to like, oh, like you could take shit, and then they like, or they cut to like the Killdozer, because this guy, I just told you, he built a tank out of a bulldozer, and he wreaked havoc on a town, and it's very interesting. So we'll just get into it right here.
It's good because I think it would be easier to make a bulldozer out of a tank.
You're goddamn right, it would.
Yeah.
A lot more mechanisms actually to like scoop stuff. I don't know how to.
That's true. All the hydraulics.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not a hydraulics guy. You know me. I'm
You're
more of
a cannon guy.
I'm a cannon guy. I'm a shrapnel guy. So the story begins when a man by the name of Marvin Heemeyer moved to the small town of Granby, Colorado in 1992. Great year. Marvin had been living in a town called Grand Lake, Colorado, about 16 miles from Granby. But in 92, Marvin decided to follow his dreams and move to Granby, even with no familial or friend connections in the area. You see, Marvin's dream, you ask? Why he moved there was to pursue his dream. And Marvin's dream, you ask? Well, the same dream we all have at one point in our lives. To build a muffler shop to own and operate.
Hell yeah.
Who don't love mufflers? He'd be stealing catalytic converters like no one's business if he was still operating today. Bless you. God bless you.
Apologies.
But I respect a man who chooses an avenue, a specific avenue, and follows his dreams. He just wanted a muffler shop. You need them. You need them.
You never know when you're gonna need them either.
Yeah. Exactly, a lot of gold in them.
At least a new one.
More often than not now, with all them people with sawzalls underneath your car. It happens. So, after moving in, Marvin ended up purchasing a 2-acre plot of land for $42,000 to build his muffler shop, which he did. Over the next 10 years, Marvin would make friends with people in town who would describe him as generous, friendly, and affable. Some others in town sang a different tune, though, as one man claimed that Marvin threatened him after a patron refused to pay for a disputed muffler repair. I think we've all been there, though, so I don't really call foul on that. I'd be like, if somebody didn't... Okay, here's the thing, David. I do quality work.
Yes.
You know that.
Yeah.
I'm an honest man.
Yeah.
Okay? Somebody's going to walk into my fucking muffler shop and accuse me of shoving it full of mashed potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say, prove it. And if you show me said mashed potatoes in that muffler, I'm going to tell you that you've done it. And you brought it back to my place of work. And you're going to tell me that the car never left my place of work. And I'm going to hit you over the head with a wrench.
But this is all after you have eaten said mashed potatoes.
Well, I'd make them turn on the car and gas it so it shoots in my mouth at high speeds, high velocities. You know me, I'm a cannon man.
You ain't
I'm
got
a shrapnel
time to waste.
man. I'm a shrapnel man. So, like I said, so he kind of had, I would say Marvin Heemeyer was a man of many layers, as we all are. We're all men of many layers. And soon enough, his true colors were about to show. So, apparently after Marvin had purchased the land, an interested buyer came forward to discuss the sale of part of the 2-acre plot. Because, who needs all 2 acres? Too much land.
It's too much.
So Cody Dosheff of Mountain Park Concrete ended up striking a deal with Marvin to purchase the plot next to his muffler shop for $250,000 to build a concrete batch plant. See, that's already a great deal. He bought the plot, 2-acre plot, the whole 2-acre plot for $42,000. He's selling part of it for $250,000. That's already a $200,000 profit right there. Like, come on, in 92?
Wheeling and dealing, baby.
Exactly. But Marvin happily took the deal, but soon thereafter, he began to get cold feet, and Marvin ended up increasing the price to $375,000. So I was like, okay, and this guy's like, okay, I'm still interested. And then again, the deal, when it ended up eventually closing, it was closer to $1 million in 2001 when it finally closed.
Yeesh.
And you know how some people of course there's there's principle and then there's like money.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to find out like his stance he takes doesn't even make sense for how much money he's getting. Because if you get $1 million in 2001, I remember watching Who Wants to Be a Millionaire in 2001, and that was enough money. I mean, now $1 million won't even get you,
Won't even get you breakfast at McDonald's.
Hey, it won't even get you a roll of stamps.
My God.
What else want to get you, David?
It won't even get you a gallon of gasoline.
It won't even get you a comb at CVS.
Oh, my God. McChicken? More like McNothing.
Okay, you brought up McDonald's twice. Are you okay?
I was thinking the cheapest thing that I can think of.
What's going on? Won't even get you a gumball at your local Hollywood Video.
It won't even get you a small fry at McDonald's.
It won't even get you an ice cream at McDonald's, but that's just because the ice cream machine's broken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heaven
machine broken. Sorry, can't go. So, like I said, $1 million in 2001. But his principles are all over the place because apparently Marvin did not want the concrete batch plant to build next to him, to build next to his muffler shop because he claimed that the construction would block access to his shop.
That's true.
But like it's the construction. Like you can shut your your muffler shop down for like 2 years, a year.
The people need their mufflers. You do that, people are going to go find a new muffler shop. And then no one's going to come back to you once they find the muffler man out on 32nd. He's got a free popcorn machine in the lobby.
Oh,
how do
man,
you compete with that?
He gives you the worst black coffee in a styrofoam cup. It's so good.
No, I mean, he doesn't give it to you. He leaves it out. You got to do it yourself. But
Yeah.
You know,
that's true.
You know how it goes.
Yeah. So he hasn't washed that pot in 16 years.
God no.
So he didn't want, like I said, for him to build it because of the construction. So he unsuccessfully tried to appeal the decision to have him build next to his muffler shop. And Marvin was already fuming about getting his appeal denied because it did get denied. But the icing on the cake was that when they showed up to survey the situation, like, hey, let's see if like his construction's illegal. Maybe we could like stop it for you. And when they showed up to check out the situation, they hit Marvin with a $2,500 fine for not having a septic tank on his property, on his muffler shop property.
Where's all the shit going?
Oh God, you don't want to know. No, it was something like he wasn't hooked up. Maybe he had a septic tank, but he wasn't hooked up to the city's sewage or something like that. I forgot exactly what happened, but it wasn't
Up to code.
Yeah, it was in violation or something like that. So he calls him out to be like, "Oh, I'm telling on him," and they're like, "You're in trouble," and he's like, "Oh, fuck." I mean, he has $1 million.
Remember, this is a PG episode.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry, frick.
Oh,
Frick, my muffler shop. Where's all my poop going? Don't take my poop. It's all I have. Please, God. Please, not my poop. Okay, I'm done. So, after that incident, Marvin would go on to spend the next 3 years, or year and a half. I can't really know the timeline. Like I said, I didn't make the movie.
He just made up 3 years. That's a weird number. What's wrong with you?
It was 3 years from the incident to the next incident, but they said on the Wikipedia they're like a year and a half, and I was like, maybe
that's double it.
Yeah, once you start, I don't know if he started building a year and a half after the incident, or maybe he's got the idea. I don't know. I'm not in the brain of a man who's getting upset his poop's being taken away.
Yeah.
Yes, I am. That's me. So he spent the next 3 years, let's go 3 years, building something in his muffler shop that would exact revenge he felt entitled to, as well as forever associated him with the name Killdozer. So he didn't name it Killdozer.
I forgot what the story was even about for a hot minute.
Mm-hmm. You thought about a man who got emancipated from his poop.
I'm not joking when I'm going to say this right now. I was very close doing an episode that had to do with a man crawling into a septic tank. I'll save that for next week.
Oh man, I'm so in. This is a kid-friendly episode.
Yeah, I can't be talking.
Poo-poo's funny though. It is funny.
It is, but this one's not.
That poo-poo story's not funny.
No.
Okay. So, Marvin had purchased a. This is for David. You know, David's a big. I mean, he's not a bulldozer guy, but he works with some heavy machinery.
I can drive a forklift.
They tell you not to take all those pills if you're going to be doing heavy machinery. David says, screw it. More pills. Makes me sleepy, makes me hyper.
It makes time go by slow. I can't hit
Makes
nothing.
Makes my hand turn into a peacock. It's crazy. It's like all these eyes staring back at me. So Marvin had purchased a Komatsu D355A bulldozer.
Okay.
You love that kind. Yeah, I know you love that one.
I know that brand. I don't know if I've driven any of the brand, but I'm aware of it.
No, it's a 2001 model. You wouldn't want it.
Oh, boy. I don't even want...
It's horrible on gas.
I drive a forklift that's from, like, the 50s, dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I guess that it's built to last, huh?
Oh, yeah.
So he bought one years prior. Oh, so it wasn't 2001. It was probably like a 90-something. But he bought one years prior to dig out a route from his home to his muffler shop. However, he was never able to complete that project and instead began to turn the bulldozer into a tank, as we discussed. So for a year and a half, here we go, that's the part. For a year and a half, he welded thick steel plates supported by layers of concrete to form a large unit of armor to make a bulletproof vehicle which could withstand not only gunfire, but explosives as well. With the heavy plating covering much of the modified dozer, Marvin needed a way to see where he was going, so he installed an exterior video camera covered in bulletproof plastic. I kind of like love this
Where do you
guy's
buy that?
ingenuity. In 2001, Radio Shack? I don't know.
True. Yeah.
I mean,
they had everything in there.
do they?
But they also had nothing. Confusing situation.
It really was.
They're like, oh, we've got all the cords you can think of. And it's like,
They're like, we
I just
got,
want a
we
phone
got,
charger. Like,
they're
no,
like, we got,
nope.
they're like, we got 3 colored cords or just the metal antenna to an old TV. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck is going on, man. They're like,
Here's a battery that can only go into a Mitsubishi 7246 walkie-talkie, but the limited edition one, they only made 500 of them, but we got 20 of these batteries. You want one?
I'll tell you exactly. And I'll tell you exactly what every store was like in 2001. It was, we sell this product that we are known for, and we also sell Pokemon cards.
Yeah. Hey, those coming back though.
Every single store that I went to as a child, department stores, electronic stores, bookstores, they all also had like a little section where like, we sell Pokemon cards behind a glass case. Yeah. It was like the thing. It was like Beanie Babies. It was like fidget spinners. They all like pop up in stores and like, we also sell these because they want to get on the hype.
Only one of those have withstand the test of time.
Beanie Babies.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I love this man's ingenuity. He put cameras on the outside with bulletproof plastic around it. But here's the best part. He also fashioned compressed air canisters on the cameras, so if any debris covered the cameras, it could be air blasted off.
That's smart.
How cool! That is so smart. It's like, oh my god, I'm impressed with this man.
That's It's almost upsetting that this guy was doing this shit instead of like working at NASA.
Well, yeah, I know, right? Well, he didn't need to go to space. He liked the dirt. He liked the soil. He liked oil. He liked
mufflers.
Yeah, grease. He liked charging you a little bit more because you didn't know no better.
Yeah,
like every mechanic.
$500
for brake light fluid.
Yeah, for filling up your tires.
These
are
water.
European now.
He put that green goo in your tires that you run
some
over
Loctite.
a nail.
Put some Loctite in it.
Yeah, green goo. So he also put an AC system inside. So with AC installed on the inside and some gun ports fashioned on the outside, Marvin was set. He was ready to go to prom. The one thing he never installed, though, was a way to exit the machine. But it seemed...
There's no going back, baby.
It seemed that was part of the plan as well. So Marvin was doubling down. So on June 4th, 2004, Heemeyer drove his armored bulldozer through the wall of his former business, Here's a list of the things. He drove it through the wall of his former business, the concrete plant next door, the town hall, the office of the local newspaper that editorialized against him, the home of the former mayor, and a hardware store owned by another man Heemeyer named in a lawsuit, as well as a few others. So when crashing into his neighbor's concrete factory, Heemeyer fired many bullets from his semi-automatic rifle as Cody Dochev, the guy he had the deal with, Cody Dochev, when Dochev tried to stop the assault on his concrete plant by using a scraper, which is like another tractor. So they're having a tractor battle.
My God.
But it's kind of sick. It's like a big green tractor. I don't know what a scraper does, but it just has like a huge arm on the front of it, and he was just like having tractor wars.
I think it's for like breaking up concrete or gravel and stuff. It's
What a good choice. Good. It's like Beyblades. You just
you get the right angle, you might be able to flip the man.
Exactly. But unfortunately, the scraper was pushed aside by Heemeyer's bulldozer. I mean, he just got too many. He got too many layers of concrete on there, baby. So he also, in his rampage, he also fired 15 bullets from his rifle at power transformers and propane tanks throughout town. I feel like he was doing like a side quest in GTA 5. It's like crazy. It's like, so one officer also, while on his spree, one officer dropped a flashbang grenade down the bulldozer's exhaust pipe, which had no apparent effect, which is kind of crazy. I mean, he probably thought of that. He's probably like, yeah, someone's going to try to drop a grenade down here. Like, he probably put like a tiny trampoline in there. It's like,
or just a fake pipe.
He put or like a potato cannon, so like it got down there and then he's like whoom, and he just like shoots it right back up. Like, that's so sick. So local and state patrol, including SWAT teams, walked behind and beside the bulldozer, occasionally firing at the tractor. But the armored bulldozer was impervious to their shots. Like, any small arms fire or explosions did nothing to it. And attempts to disable the bulldozer's camera with gunfire failed as well because bullets were unable to penetrate the 3-inch bulletproof plastic. At one point, Undersheriff Glenn Traynor climbed atop the bulldozer and rode it like a bronc buster, quote unquote, trying to figure out a way to get a bullet inside the dragon, he said. Wow, that's a pretty cool quote.
I mean, you shoot a heavy enough round, it might bounce around until it hits some flesh.
But the problem is he couldn't. There was no like gap. There's no way inside.
What about where the rifles were coming out
of? That's a good question. I mean, there's like footage of it. There's like aerial footage of it, but like I don't know exactly how. He had 3 different types of guns in there, and they're all fitted specifically for those guns or something. So I think they were kind of smaller holes, and I bet he set it up so like you couldn't just access them from like climbing atop or I don't know what or maybe he had a.
I'm just curious how he was able to shoot.
Slide. Maybe he shut the window or something.
I'm curious how he was able to shoot like propane tanks accurately.
I don't think I think. Because they mentioned they're like, if any of those propane tanks exploded, they could have hurt people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can shoot a propane tank, but I'm pretty sure there needs to be like an open flame nearby for anything to actually like happen.
Well, when a bullet hits metal, it creates a spark.
But I feel like Mythbusters did this. I feel like they shot some and like nothing really happened.
Oh, interesting.
Because I think the spark happened before the gas came out or something. I'm not sure. I could be wrong.
No, that's interesting. I mean, you might be right. I mean, he probably just put all of his brain power into bulldozer stuff, and maybe he was just driving by and was like, "Oh, he was just trying to poison
everybody."
I think he's like, "Yeah, gas leaks for everyone." No, I think he was just like, "Hey, maybe if I shoot this, it'll explode." But like, they better tell me that before the zombie apocalypse, because I've watched too many goddamn movies where they throw a propane tank and shoot it or something, and I'm like, I thought that was a thing.
I don't know.
So, however, the guy that climbed on top, was forced to jump off to avoid being hit with debris because he was just still smashing into a bunch of buildings. At this point, local authorities, this is crazy. At this point, and they deny this, they do deny this, but at one point, local authorities and the Colorado State Patrol feared that they are running out of options in terms of firepower, and that Heemeyer would soon turn against civilians in Granby. Because here's the thing. He never hurt anybody. He never killed anybody.
I was waiting for you to end to ask that because I wasn't sure.
Yeah, so like that was like the thing, and it's kind of hilarious because there's a whole like Wikipedia chapter about how the people in the town were kind of like, oh, like he made an effort to like not hurt anybody, and it was like I think they kind of think it's cool.
Yeah,
and then the cops were like, no, he did not think about you. He only thought about himself. They're like, we had to evacuate all these places. There were children in school right next to buildings he ran into. He was not taking that into consideration. And I was like, I kind of agree and I kind of disagree because I think that
if he wanted to go out there, like he could have just fucking rolled over that school.
Exactly. He could have like ran people over. He could have like really hurt some people. And I think his whole thing was just like, I'm going to punish everybody. I'm going to like wreck their businesses because that's like, I don't want to kill anybody. But like, I mean, and he had guns too. He could have just been shooting at people. And the SWAT team was walking right next to his bulldozer and he didn't do it. So he only shot at people who shot at him, except for I think what's his name? The neighbor.
Yeah, the cement guy.
I think he shot at him first. So like I said, they thought he was going to turn on civilians, and Governor Bill Owens allegedly considered authorizing the National Guard to use either an Apache attack helicopter equipped with Hellfire missiles or a two-man fire team equipped with a Javelin anti-tank missile to destroy the bulldozer.
Those Javelins are sick.
I know they shoot right up in the air.
Yeah, and then nosedive right on top of things.
So, they did not. They're like, we were not going to call them. We were not going to call them because what happened was this was quickly deemed unnecessary when Heemeyer became trapped in the basement of a Gamble's hardware store. So when he drove in to the hardware store, I
collapsed.
Yeah, something happened where he ended up like crashing through the floor because it was too heavy. Of course, the hardware store. Come on, couldn't have built that better. It's the hardware store.
Yeah, can't you withhold a tank filled with cement?
Who built this piece of shit? What do you use? What kind of nails do you use? Oh, you didn't use the F40. Oh, you didn't use the F42 nails. Oh my god. So various problems arose as Heemeyer destroyed the Gamble's hardware store. The radiator of the bulldozer had been damaged, and the engine was leaking various fluids. The bulldozer's engine failed, and Heemeyer dropped a tread into the store's basement and could not get out. About a minute later, one of the SWAT team members who had swarmed around the machine reported hearing a single gunshot from inside the sealed cab. It was later determined that Heemeyer had shot himself in the head with a .357 caliber handgun. Police first used explosives in an attempt to remove the steel plates, but after the third explosion failed, they cut through them with an I think it's acetylene, but it's like
oscillating.
No, it's oxyacetylene with an oxine acetylene cutting torch. I don't know what an oxyacetylene cutting torch is, but I know what an acetylene cutting torch. Maybe that's the proper name of it. I don't know.
No.
So, Grand County Emergency Management Director Jim Holohan stated that authorities were able to access and remove Heemeyer's body at 2 a.m. on June 5th. I just think it's pretty crazy that like he had died in there, and they still with like nobody like it not moving, no one shooting at them, they still could not get it open.
Yeah, it's impressive.
I mean, if I kind of wish I bought a muffler from him.
Yeah, I mean that muffler's not going nowhere.
Quality product.
Yeah,
if
your car drives about 40 miles slower because it's full of fucking concrete, but it ain't going nowhere.
If that man was still alive, not one catalytic converter would be missing today.
No.
Nope.
And he'd hunt you down with his tank.
He'd be like, "Where is it? My car's been making funny noises. You're gonna die."
Every time he catches one of those people, he attaches their sawzall to the surrounding of the tank, and so they're just constant sawzalls all around it.
That's sick as hell, actually. So the attack lasted 2 hours and 7 minutes, damaging 13 buildings. It knocked out natural gas service to the town hall and the concrete plant, damaged a truck, and destroyed part of a utility service center, but no one was harmed besides Marvin Heemeyer. In addition to writings that he left on the wall of his shed, not a good look, Heemeyer. Heemeyer recorded 3 audio tapes explaining his motivation for the attack. The tapes contain 2 separate recordings on each side for a total of 6 recordings. He mailed these to his brother in South Dakota shortly before stepping into the bulldozer. Heemeyer's brother turned the tapes over to the for the FBI, who in turn sent them to the Grand County Sheriff's Department. The tapes were released by the Grand County Sheriff's Department on August 31st, 2004, and the tapes were about 2.5 hours in length. The first recording was made... doesn't matter. The last recording... That doesn't matter either. Fuck that. The last recording was made 13 days before the rampage. You don't need to know the dates. It's just 13 days before the rampage. And he said, quote, unquote, "God built me for this job," Heemeyer said in the first recording. He also said it was God's plan. Oh, this is what that Drake song's about. Oh.
This makes so much more sense, Drizzy. Stop putting all these fucking secret messages in your fucking song. Oh, I mean your friggin' songs.
Drizzy Dozer.
Oh
Damn.
man, I'm such an OVO head.
It's October's very own.
Is that what that stands for?
Yeah.
Oh wow. I mean, I knew that. I'm an OVO head.
You're a Drizzy Dozer.
I'm a Drizzy.
So he also said it was God's plan that he not be married or have a family so that he could be in a position to carry out such an attack. Okay. God's plan.
God's plan.
Not because you didn't wear deodorant.
It's crazy how much Drake is involved in my next story too.
Okay, wait. So, and then he said, quote, "I think God will bless me to get the machine done, to drive it, to do the stuff that I have to do," he said.
That's also in a Drake song.
To drive it, to do the stuff I have to do.
Yeah, this song Bulldoze. Oh
Yeah,
my
you
god,
put a
it's coming all together.
You put a beat over what I'm saying, you got a hit. He said, God bless me in advance for the task that I am about to undertake. It's my duty. God has asked me to do this. It's a cross that I'm going to carry, and I'm carrying it in God's name. That's pretty good.
Millie Bobby Brown's 18 now. God's plan.
Anyway, so investigators later found Heemeyer's written list of targets. According to the police, it included the buildings he had destroyed, the local Catholic church, which he did not damage.
Well,
That
God
doesn't make
didn't
sense.
want it.
God's like, wait, cross that part out, cross that part out.
No, you're supposed to help them.
I was drunk when I told you that one. I was just mad. I was in a mood. Take that one off.
My son and me, I don't know, it's confusing, literally makes water into wine, guys. I'm sorry.
I was drunk. And the names of various people who had sided against him in past disputes. Notes found by investigators after the incident indicated that the primary motivation for the bulldozer rampage was his plan to stop the concrete plan from being built near his shop. These notes indicated that he had grudges, held grudges over the zoning approval. And then this is the last quote. "I was always willing to be reasonable until I had to be reasonable." Oh, what? "I was always willing to be reasonable until I had to be unreasonable," he wrote. "Sometimes reasonable men must do unreasonable things."
Shit.
And that's the end of the story.
That's sick.
That's pretty unreasonable. It's
Yeah.
great. It just doesn't. I just don't get. I get somebody doing something for principle, but he had $1 million and a muffler shop, and he's just like, "This construction is out of hand. I need to
I just wish he made it out
die."
alive. I wish he was still alive. I would love to hear the stuff this guy would have.
The bars.
Oh my god, the bars.
The bars he would drop.
The bars he would drop behind bars would have been so sick.
And I also like to say, I'm like, I don't get how he just. I get principle. I'm like, this guy was like, "This is God's plan," and I'm like trying to be like, I don't get why he did this. And he's like, he wrote on the side of his wall, probably in shit or blood, and I'm like, why did he do it? I would just take the $1 million. I'm like, God damn, man! If I had $1 million, I'd just be like, yeah, you could build something in my house and live in it. That's fine.
Yeah.
I get $1 million. That's fine. You could do that. So, but that's the story of Killdozer, baby.
Awesome. All right, Tobin. Today we are going to talk about TikTok again.
Whoa.
Now, I know I had briefly talked about the popular web service Randonauting or whatever. I don't really remember.
Oh, yeah. That was...
I think that's what it's called.
No, geocaching?
No, that's different.
Randonauting is where like a website sent...
You type in like a keyword and it gives you coordinates to go to, and there's supposed to be something related to it.
And those girls found a dead body washed up on the shore.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was creepy.
Yeah, I think it was called Randonauting. I forgot.
No, I think it's Randonauting. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not gonna go back and check it.
But that was like 150 episodes ago.
Yeah. But with the platform itself, TikTok, things become very easy to be, shared and get momentum, like dances and challenges due to the nature of the app.
Chrissy, wake up.
For our listeners who might not be in the loop of, what TikTok is, it's a video sharing app where people, they make all sorts of content and it can be easily discovered by all, even people who do not have interest in the concept or content. Now, of course,
Damn, you work for TikTok, boy?
Huh?
You work for TikTok?
I don't. But I'm looking for work. No, I'm kidding.
David's doing some dance videos. Sign up for his OnlyFans. They're really good, actually. I have to say.
Yeah.
Speaking of Drake, he could bust down Tatiana to a Drake song.
It's crazy. I'm spending so much on shoes. Could I just keep busting out of them?
The dog.
Now, of course, there is a way that you can cater the content into topics, stuff that you want to see. But as far as I'm aware, most people consume it the same way I have. And that is just like the chaotic scrolling where you can go from like a fan-made NFL highlight clip to a guy who gives daily updates on a pond-like aquarium that he has built in his basement, to people crushing various objects with a hydraulic press, all with a swipe of a finger.
Hell yeah.
With this seemingly effortless approach of consuming media, you're bound to stumble into conspiracy theories, which could be, completely fabricated, but done so very convincingly, leaving the viewers baffled, confused, and looking for answers. So with that out of the way, let's talk about the Canadian Giant.
I have to tell you,
do you know about the Canadian Giant?
I don't know about the Canadian Giant, but my favorite TikTok conspiracy theory that I stumbled upon was that Leah Michele from Glee fame. Okay. She's like one of the main actors.
Is she the one that died?
No. She's still alive. She's been in a bunch of stuff. Apparently, people think she's a bitch or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Watch Glee. I don't know about her, but there's like a conspiracy theory that she can't read.
Oh, I have seen that. And it seems pretty convincing.
I was like, what? I was like, that's crazy. But also, like, I've worked with people who worked with her, and I go, can she read? I ask people that. They're like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, nothing.
I will say I in my time working on sets, I definitely have worked with quote unquote celebrities who I do not think could read.
I don't think Tracy Morgan knows how to read. I literally heard that like 3 days ago.
Yeah, it's part of his thing though.
Yeah, it's true. He's fun.
So in April of this year, 2022, for people that might be listening from 2020, I don't know. A Canadian TikToker named Andrew Dawson was driving around his Canadian town when he noticed something interesting on top of the local mountain while he was looking down or looking up from the town. So he wasn't up on the mountain. He was pretty far away. Mm-hmm. He quickly pulled out his phone and started recording what he claimed to be a giant.
Oh.
I'm surprised you haven't seen anything about this.
No. Why didn't you send me this?
So I could do this?
Well, I'm about to say you wanted it for your own.
I was on goblin mode, baby.
You were on goblin, greedy as hell, greedy as hell.
Lazy to send in, greedy. Dawson started to zoom in, but from far, so the footage was a bit shaky, as it always is.
I'm about to say, wait, what?
But
Too bad he didn't have an air press canister to blow all that dust off the front of it too.
yeah, but it's not too shaky. It's to the point that you can actually like see it pretty well, and you see a large figure closely resembling a normal person standing on top of a mountain, and but like the big thing is like they are far. Like it looks like it could just be a person on top of like a little hill, but like they are far as hell. You see him zoom in, and so this individual could not have been a normal person. They were significantly taller than a living person documented. Person was massive. At the time, Dawson was with a friend, and the two talk, and you can hear Dawson saying, "Dude, it's a person." And his friend quickly says, "No, it's not," with like a little, chuckle. And Dawson replying, "Dude, you see what I'm seeing right now? Like, you see what I'm seeing right now?" And that's kind of when it cuts out. And that's about it for the first video of his. This video quickly gained millions of views. It blew up. Dawson, hell-bent on solving this mystery, would return to the base of the mountain for weeks, shooting more footage of the same spot, but no giant in sight.
No.
But I mean,
giant.
But it's in a way it's a good thing though, because like it proves that like that was there and now it's not there.
Yeah, that's true. It's not like a inflatable. It's not like some kind of hoax cardboard cutout thing. I don't know. Like it's not some illusion with your eye. I mean, it could be still, but I mean, it's not permanently there. So
it moved.
Yes.
And in all reality, like I don't know all the math. I don't know how to do the sizing, but like if I had to fucking ballpark it, this thing had to have been 30, 40 feet tall.
We got a siren head on our hands.
No, it just looked like a dude.
Did this look like a dude? Was he handsome?
I couldn't see that well, but probably.
Call me when he's handsome.
Okay.
I'm not interested in no ugly ass giants.
Okay, I'll see you later.
Handsome Giants Only, the new Drake song. It's coming out tomorrow. Look at Spotify.
This made Dawson more and more determined to prove that he wasn't crazy. I mean, he wasn't crazy. They had footage of it.
He killed his parents now. He's not crazy, but they're all dead.
Well, I want to say I think Dawson was in his 30s at this time. Wasn't just like a kid. With his first video getting, certified viral, he got the attention of some unwanted eyes. And as time goes on, of him continuing to search and posting videos about it, I think almost daily, Dawson posts another video that was a little bit different. This time around, he posted a video of himself getting pulled over, and then later explaining in a video from his home saying, "I just got pulled over by some CIA guy, and he told me to turn around. I told him that it was a public freaking area," and continued to argue with the man who he believed was with the CIA.
I hate the CIA.
Who don't?
Like, all they want is, more intelligence.
Or to take the intelligence and
they don't want you to have
up.
intelligence.
They don't want it.
They've been taking the Gatorade out of my pipes to make me dumber and make me slower.
Uh-huh.
I've pumped in
Your
Gatorade.
smoking pipes or your Gatorade pipes and balls?
God damn, you really don't understand tank and pipes, do you? Man, you're all over the place. You understand the opposite. You know I'm sponsored by Gatorade. You know they put a septic tank full of Gatorade under my house that reverses up into my house and gives me yellow Gatorade at all times. You know I sweat out yellow Gatorade at all times. Like those
the
commercials in
chunky
the 90s.
Gatorade, yeah.
Yeah, the chunky kind that smells weird.
That's got little bits of onion in it.
Yeah, they charged me $250,000. They said this is against the law, and I said you want to take my intelligence away. Haters. That's what we call haters. Okay.
I remember when you found the noodle in your Gatorade.
No, it's corn. Big lumps with knobs that had the juice.
So Dawson then started posting videos of black unmarked vehicles, which would, be the type you'd associate with the government and
you
law
would think they'd
enforcement.
switch the color up too.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that it's them.
It's not supposed to stand out, but it
CIA got a red Ferrari going through a midlife crisis much?
But so yeah, he starts posting videos of these vehicles like parked sideways on the road, blocking the roads up the mountain, so no cars could go up and look at the top of the mountain. His videos are mostly shifted from the giant and more so on what he believes is the Canadian government or the CIA, which I believe, the CIA doesn't really have too many boundaries. They can go where the fuck they want and do whatever they want in a way.
It's Canadian CIA.
Well, I think it's still,
Do they call it CIA?
I think it's still like the American CIA.
Or is it CIA?
CIA?
Oh, so the Americans get to go up there and they're like, oh, this is just our hat. Can we step up here? I mean, they're Americans. I don't know. I give them a Canadian accent again. But...
Making it feel more endearing.
What province or like part of Canada are they in? Or like,
I believe it's Vancouver. All the research I did, I didn't see exactly what mountain it was.
It's not on a map.
Exactly.
Yeah, they've been trying to flatten that mountain for years to hide it.
Yeah. So yeah, he
one guy with a pickaxe.
He starts like filming a lot of these like unmarked cars. And at one point he even showed a video of a helicopter that is flying around the area of his original video as if they're looking or searching for something.
Boy, be looking like Ray Liotta at the end of Goodfellas. That's for all my Goodfellas heads out there.
I've never seen Goodfellas.
Are you fucking... Sorry, I'm done. I'm not going to swear. Cash, don't watch Goodfellas, but everybody else watch Goodfellas. It's a great movie.
And in case things couldn't get more strange, he posts a video of a strange flying object above the mountain, saying if it was possible, the giant was going home, alluding that it could have been an alien giant.
Oh.
Yeah, so he just added a whole new layer to this story.
How big was that ship, though? Or my big question is, do you think that like they like come out of the ship and it's like when you leave something like that pill in the water and it grows bigger? Do you think our atmosphere stretches these MFers?
Could be. They're not. Yeah, they
stretched.
might not be used to the atmosphere. The knees come undone.
They put them in the shrinky dink oven when they get up in the saucer and they shrink them back down.
It's a good idea. What if the aliens could be around us? Chi-Chi's getting smushed.
Wait, if he is this tiny down here, how small is he in his original form?
Well, up there's no pressure, so maybe they expand.
Oh, he elongates up there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, every planet's different.
In a while.
Dude, you just explained it. He's an alien. He's been zipping around the solar system. Are you serious?
Boy.
He said he'd come back in 5 Earth years.
How many are we at? 3? 2?
I think we're at 5. Oh my God! Look who it is!
No!
Yes!
No!
Oh, come here, you... Wait.
It's Chi-Chi! Oh,
wait, he's at your house and my house?
Wait, what? No, I thought he was over there.
Oh, God. I don't have Chi-Chi in here. Oh, no.
He's touching you. Oh, my God, he's on you. No.
God, no. Cash run. Okay, I'm done. The things I do for you people. Do you know how raw my palm is right now? That sounded bad. I was punching my hand. Oh, yeah.
Chi-Chi was punching your hand.
Beating me up bad. Violence is not the answer. We just talked it out. Now we're gonna play Scrabble after this. We're fine.
All right. So at this point, Dawson has started sharing videos of like the same unmarked cars starting to park outside of his house and following him everywhere he went. And Dawson attempted to confront the person parked outside his house. He had a video of him walking outside, and as he got close, the car peeled out and left. So
cowards, yeah. CIA.
So Dawson was starting to be, reasonably paranoid about this whole situation. This whole story started with his first video in April, and now we are in May. In the story, not right now. We're in December.
I was going to say, what?
Where Dawson posts a strange video confessing that the giant video was fake. Everything was fake this whole time, and it was all for fun. But during the video, his body language is visibly uncomfortable, strange, and he continuously looks away from the camera to his left as if there was someone there forcing him to make the video and say that everything was fake.
Like somebody who could throw hands and is small to hide out of the frame.
Yeah, no, it was like his eyes looked at the same thing the whole time, very pinpoint, as if there was something small, maybe staying on the counter with a kitchen knife.
Yeah, like something that like maybe like came back and like could zip away in a saucer really quick.
Yeah, maybe the thing was like holding a blender, but like.
Hey, wait, can we stop this for a second? Wait 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, did you do that? You fucking did that? You fucking did that? You hurt the man? We're gonna talk after this. No, it wasn't him.
Okay, so Chi-Chi's not involved.
He's not involved.
Boy, there's probably a handful of listeners who have no idea what we're talking about because we haven't talked about Chi-Chi in like 2 years.
Chi-Chi is Chi-Chi is Gary's brother. Gary is our haunted doll. Chi-Chi is his brother, who is a tiny man the same size of a doll that runs around in tighty whities, and he's on Gremlin, Goblin, Devil mode.
He's on on every mode.
He's in amphetamines.
He's on so many modes to the point that he's on Chi-Chi mode because nothing comes close.
Yeah, that's going to be Oxford's next word of the year.
Yeah.
Chi-Chi mode.
So, only 10 days later, after he posts that video of him confessing everything was fake, he released another video frantically pacing through his house, saying things like, "You may never see me post again, and the videos weren't fake. I was lying. They were real."
Whoa.
And then May 17th, Dawson posted his last and final TikTok video showing the mountain where he shot the original footage of the giant, but now there was something very visually different about the mountain, and that would be a brand new large facility that was just sitting on top of the mountain around the same spot that the giant was once filmed.
I kind of want to see these videos.
Yeah, it's this huge like science factory kind of thing.
Are you going to post these to the Instagram?
Yeah.
Can you post like videos and like I don't post on Instagram. Can you post them like make like the slideshow and have a video on each one?
I think so.
I want to see all those real bad.
Yeah.
Real bad.
So with Dawson's disappearance from the app, the internet went crazy, giving this giant more legs. That is until the news came out that Andrew Ryan Watchorn Dawson had passed away mysteriously on July 1st, 2022.
What?
Dawson's girlfriend started posting videos mourning her late boyfriend, sharing, good memories like her like waking him up and like cute little memories that she like videoed, and also videos of her dealing with grief of losing her boyfriend.
What? What does this have to do with Drake?
So Drake actually, Drake and 21 Savage came out with an album that's entirely about this story.
It's called Her Loss, isn't it?
Yeah.
Did he really die? He's like,
Yeah.
He's like, do your thing, mountain giant. Do your thing. Do your thing, mountain giant. Do your thing.
So
man.
obviously, with the content of his old videos, it didn't take much effort to come up with the idea that whoever was trying to hide this so-called giant decided the only way to keep Dawson quiet was to remove him from the equation. He made it very clear that people were trying to prevent him from doing more research, and then he mysteriously ends up dead. And that takes us to now. Was this whole thing fake? Was this whole thing a fake attempt to become internet famous and have some fun? Or was Andrew Dawson really onto something that people did not want to be public? There's a good... In all reality, there's a good chance that this was just a big, fun little thing, but you never know. Unless Dawson emerges alive and well down the road, we may never know what was really going on here.
It's kind of like my only reservations I have is that like it's kind of taboo to joke around with death in itself and being like, oh, they died, or like, I mean, some people just don't. They'll just be like, I don't
But
care.
it's-
I'll do it for the bit.
But you know, it's TikTok. Like, who knows? That
Yeah.
might not even been his real name. It might,
I'm waiting for one of those videos to be like, I know Andrew. He works at Subway down the street.
7-Eleven, yeah.
Yeah, I know him, and he is alive and well, and he smokes all my cigarettes every time we go drinking, and I'm gonna kill him now, but no.
But you
like,
would think that like someone knows him, and someone could have been like, oh yeah, I know, I work with this guy. This guy works in finance or something. Like that.
Yeah, exactly. Whoa. It's pretty spooky, it's pretty crazy. All for a giant. I don't care about no tall guy. Big deal.
I just want the Trailblazers to sign him. You know what I mean?
Oh man, he could lay across the floor and play both sides of the basket.
He playing defense with his feet and dunk on the ball on his back.
But no, seriously, that's pretty crazy. I mean, even in the era of everybody having a camera in their pocket, there's still some mysteries out there, and
Yeah.
I'm glad we got a little glimpse of one of them.
There you
Because
go.
I definitely want to see that video now. I'm very interested.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
the giant of what is it in Canada? Mountain giant of.
The snow
What do you think he is?
Canada.
You think he's an alien? Do you think he's just like a giant from like beneath the mountain?
Well, I mean,
Mountain cramped. Beneath the mountain cramped. I've been beneath the mountain. It's cramped.
one of the things I was reading about it, like half of it was just talking about like what type of giant it could have been, and I was like, I'm not gonna put that in here. I didn't want to drag it out, but like there's so many like historical, religious, like regional stories of different types of giants. There's like Arabic giants. There's like Norse
Icelandic,
giant.
yeah.
There's so many different types of giants. I will say I don't think like. The thing about that was like I didn't see any that were like, oh, the old Canadian giants.
But on the other hand, like the Canadian North is like so desolate and like
Barren.
little islands. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like it's very uninhabitable.
Bigfoot, sure. Giants though, I feel like they're begging to be spotted. They're just
hard
so
to
big.
hide.
Yeah.
Hard to hide. Maybe they walk around on their knees until they're out of sight.
That's
Pretty cool. Maybe they do the funny. Oh my god! Maybe they like put their shoes on their knees.
What
And
if
they're like,
they?
hey,
they
I'm
just,
a short guy. I'm a normal human.
They just wear a trench coat and they wiggle really weird when they walk. So they're like, oh, there's those damn kids trying to buy booze again with all 40
Damn
of them.
little rascals. That's Spanky at the head. Who's that up there? I know it's Spanky up there.
I know buckwheat when I see him.
That's Buckwheat up there. Get him.
Alfalfa, you son of a bitch. I'm trying to think of one more.
Darla. Is she a little rascal?
I think she is.
Stymie.
Stymie. I don't remember Stymie.
Stymie had the bowler. He had the bowler.
Oh.
He's a little black kid with the bowler on his head.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bowler hat.
His name was Stymie? That's a weird name.
Stymie. Well, that show was created in like the 1930s.
It's true. I mean, I don't know. I feel like the ones I remember have such like memorable names. Stymie is not a memorable name.
I know the one in the 90s had that kid who was like, hey, he's like liked frogs a lot, and he's like, oh, I'm a frog guy or whatever.
He was in The Little Giants. Love that movie.
Oh, yeah, he was great in that. Anyway, we're kind of off topic now, but remember the Two Pickles song? Oh, that was good.
Oh, yeah.
I got two pickles. I got
a pickle. I got a pickle. I got a pickle. Say
pickle.
hey, hey, hey.
Hey. A doom bob ding dickle. I got two pickles. I got two. It's great.
I love that movie.
I love the fire hose scene. Okay, this is crazy. We need to stop. We went from giants to little rascals. That's the cycle of life.
But then we also went to Little Giants.
Okay, now we got to go to Big Rascals. I'm going to make a movie called Giant Rascals.
Oh, man, that would be good.
Just Yao Ming,
Shaquille O'Neal.
Dr. J, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He's taller.
Yeah. Dr.
Yeah.
J wasn't that tall.
No, yeah, they're going to be doing Giant Rascal shit.
Wilt Chamberlain.
Yeah, he's good. Any non-basketball players? That guy from Barnum and Bailey Circus that definitely died because he had that disease where everything just keeps growing.
The guy from House of a Thousand Corpses.
Oh, yeah, from Bubble Boy.
Yeah,
with
he was in a
Jake
couple
Gyllenhaal.
things.
Yeah, he was. His
Uh,
voice was like this.
I mean, Andre the Giant.
Oh, great giant.
Big Show.
Big Show. Such a good giant. The Great Khali. Such a great giant. You know the Great Khali from The Longest Yard? He's the Middle Eastern dude.
Yeah. Is he? Yeah, he's still alive.
Yeah. They got that meme of him with the waterfall going on his head. You've seen that meme.
Of course.
Yeah, he's in the pool. Anyway. Okay, we're done. We're done. No more giants. No more naming giants. If you've got any good giants, send them into camstrangepodcast@gmail.com. If you send anything else there, too. I haven't checked that in years.
If you can find a giant who slightly resembles alfalfa, we'll give you $50.
And if you guys want to see these videos of these giants, go to Camp Strange Podcast on Instagram. We'll post some stuff there. Subscribe, like, follow, do whatever you got to do to make us famous. Why aren't we famous yet? Because if right when we get famous, we're getting canceled. That's the old.
Someone's gonna find something.
They're gonna find something, and we're ready to get canceled. So get us famous. So
Oh yeah, sorry for taking 2 weeks off.
Oh yeah, sorry about that too. Yeah, that was unforeseen. Just a lot happened. It's the holidays.
Yeah,
you guys get it. You get it.
Dude.
Cash, happy birthday. Shout out.
Happy birthday, Cash, buddy.
Is his birthday yet? It is now.
It is now.
You're changing your birthday to when this episode comes out. Your new birthday is December 24th.
Yeah.
Oh,
and you know
man.
what? We did the
Sorry.
giant episode because you're gonna be a big guy. You're gonna be scraping your head. You're gonna have a bald spot, which is gonna suck. But you're gonna be scraping your head on every ceiling you go through. You're going to be hitting your teeth on the rim because you're just trying to dunk so much.
And I'm sorry that your birthday got switched. Now you're not going to get any birthday presents. You just get Christmas presents because that's what happens when your birthday's too close to Christmas. They go, oh, we put them together. And I'm like, I feel like I would have got this present for Christmas and I would have got a birthday present and my birthday was in June.
And you start missing on those seasonal gifts like no new wakeboard, buddy.
Yeah.
Jet ski? No way, bud.
My mom wouldn't buy me a snowboard until I grew into it, and now I don't snowboard anymore, so thanks for not buying that, Mom. Maybe I lost my interest because you didn't buy me that snowboard. Sorry, I'm done. Okay, I'm done. Okay, David, do you have anything to say before we head out?
Merry Crimbus.
Merry
Cash.
Yeah.
This is your Crimbus present. Don't you go grab the stocking by the toes and flip it upside down, and this is what you got right.
This episode on the thumb drive gonna fall out. Okay, and don't forget to stay strange.
No, you should have said stay jolly.
Okay. Don't forget to stay strange and jolly.